Hello, friends, and welcome to Marie Green Yoga here on YouTube. And today we are doing yoga into Gomukkhasana, which is a pretty deep hip opening where we cross our legs and we do it supine and seated. And there is a little journey to get there. So I'm glad that you're here. And this is the 12th yoga video with different aims for different poses for a 30-day series in the making. And it's layered with Pilates fusion that could maybe help us in our yoga journey as well, if we should need it. So I'm glad you're here. Let's take a comfortable seat and take our hands into the lap. And in this series, we start with 3 nice deep breaths, and we also end with it. So take a comfortable seat. I am sitting on a block, and yes, it's good to have 2 blocks for this practice, 1 or 2 or none, whichever floats your yoga practice. Let's sit nice and tall. Sit bones are evenly distributed weight, and we have a nice natural curve. Shoulders and hips are stacked above and below each other. We pull the ears back, and we either breathe through our mouth or we put the tongue into the roof of the mouth and breathe through our nose. Ujjai Breaths. Exhale the air all the way out, emptying the belly. And inhale for 3 to 5 counts. All the way up to our collarbones, and exhale. Grow taller as you exhale. Empty the air out, pull the belly button in, and inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And coming back to normal breathing. And from here, we're going to make our way into Uphavista Konasana, feet wide apart pose. You can sit on a rolled blanket or onto the mat. So from here, take your legs wide apart in a comfortable position for you. And take the inner thighs wide back and apart, and we get the heels down, we spread the toes, take our left arm down, hand down, and reach the right arm up to the sky. Opening side body from IT band up to shoulder, IT band down to knee, and also from IT band we take a journey up towards the shoulder, and maybe the bicep comes over the ear as you push the left hand down to counter, then getting to root and ground a little bit more as we get to lift off into that right side of the waist, lower back area. And inhale, exhale, up and over, right hand down, left arm all the way up towards the sky. Press the right hand down, and we get to lift off of that left iliac crest hip all the way from side of the hip to the shoulder to the bicep, and get a nice big full stretch. Inhale and exhale. One more breath, and we inhale, exhale, take the left hand a little bit further out, and maybe the forearm comes down this time around. Sit bones are down onto the mat. Full stretch from hip to shoulder to elbow to fingers. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. One more breath, and inhale, exhale, second side. Right forearm down, left arm up and over, sit bones down. Few breaths right here. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs to the back. And gently make your way all the way back up to the center, and take your knees back into the chest, and we'll just give a nice big hug in. Sign, and then we'll take the left leg back out and the right foot folded in. I'm taking my block underneath my knee for happy right knee. Maybe you will do the same. Coming into Parsva, janu sirsasana, which is like a side angle version for our half knee bent in, and take the left hand to the inside of the left big toe with your palm facing up, or you take the big toe, whichever works, and then right arm up towards the sky. Shoulder on the left side is turned up towards the sky, and take your arm up and over, and we'll take the gaze underneath the upper arm. Find some good length in towards the side of the waist, stretching into the lower back area, the deep connective tissue fascia in the lumbar spine, and gently make it all the way up and switch to the second side. Janu Sirsasana, head to knee pose at a side angle version. Block, no block underneath your knees. You choose. Arms to the side. Find your right palm facing up and taking your hand around the mound of the big toe, or find your big toe. Maybe there's a strap involved. Take your left arm up and over, and taking your arm either straight on up or up and over towards the ear. Sit bones are down. Left lower back is being lengthened, opened up, bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. Press your hand and your mound of the big toe into each other. And we'll stay for another nice big long breaths here. Untying knots in lower back. And gently make your way all the way back up and take the block to the side. Legs back out wide, big wide open angle. Take your hands to the front and come all the way onto your forearms or onto a block. Straighten your legs, get some nice blood through the knees, through the adductors, knees, ankles, out to the toes. Pull yourself forward and gently make your way back up to a seat. Hands underneath the knees and bring your knees back together and hug everything all the way back in. And then we're going to come down onto our backs, please. Before we come to our standing sequence, we'll take a detour onto our back and bring the knees into the chest, hugging them all the way in. Happy baby pose. Arms inside the legs, hands outside the feet, moving a little bit side to side, massaging into that lower back space where we just were lengthening. And then from here, take your legs together, take your right leg high up onto your left for upward facing Gomukkhasana. So here we have knee over knee and pressing our hands into our ankles, ankles into hands, and doing a little test drive for hips, IT band, knees, shins in, thighs out, active stretching. One more breath. And from here, take the left foot down, arms to the side. Lift your hips, come over onto your left hip, and get a nice big twist into your right side of the waist. The gaze can come over towards the right side. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And undo your legs and coming back to the center, sacrum down, left leg high up onto your right, and take your hands down towards your ankles, pressing hands and ankles into each other. Adjusting shoulder blades underneath you. And we'll stay another breath here. Stretching IT bands, hips, knees, ankles, and then release the hands. Right foot down, arms to the side. Lift your hips, come over onto your right hip. Supine twist. Take your gaze over towards the left side, or maybe even closing the eyes. Scooping the tailbone, moving into the left lower back. And one more breath here. And then gently make your way all the way back up with your feet flat, sacrum onto the mat, hands underneath the knees, and we roll our way up and come to downward facing dog, spreading the fingers, pressing the palms down, second finger forward, lifting upper arm bones, come up on your toes, bend your knees, right heel down, left heel down, pedal around, inhale and exhale, walking our feet up towards the hands. Inhale, long spine, second toe forward, feet hip width apart. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands to hips, elbows to sky. Root the feet and come to standing. And release the hands down. Inhale, arms to sky. And exhale, hinge and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, place hands, step to plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Pull the upper arm bones in and pull the belly button in. Bring knees and the chest down to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Inner shoulder to outer shoulder. Untuck your toes. And exhale, coming back down. Push back. Child's pose. One breath, just a nice big wave. And from there, make your way back up to tabletop and to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths here. Sinking heels down, distributing weight evenly to hands and feet. 4 corners of the feet, 4 corners of the hands. 1 more breath. And walking our feet over to the hands. Inhale, long spine, feet hip width apart. Exhale, hinge and fold. Hands to hips, elbows to sky. Root your feet and come to standing. And from here, open one leg wide to feet wide apart, and hands can stay on hips. Tuck the toes slightly in and heels are slightly out to the side. So we access the back of the body as we fold forward. But for now, press your hands into your top of your sacrum and lift your head up and back. And exhale from there. Lift and hinge, forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Let's take the heel of the hands aligned with heel of the feet. Long spine, long arms, and then from there, exhale, hinge and fold. Top of the head can be on a block. It can be on the floor. It can also be, like me, a little bit above and getting that nice, intense stretch for back body. Hamstrings, lower back, maybe even all the way down to our calves. Hug the inner edges of the feet together. 1 more breath here. Shoulders away from ears, and extend the arms and take your hands slightly forward, and we'll make our way into Skandasana. We'll take right toes turned out and right elbow into the right knee, and we'll come down as far as it's comfortable, stretching adductors, turning over towards the right side, taking your left knee down to the mat, left hand out to the side, right arm up towards the sky, and lift and twist and turn. Gaze up towards the sky, hand to ankle, hand to foot, quad stretch, shoulder blades together on the back. Lift the gaze up towards the sky, twist and turn, and exhale, release. Come back to Skandasana onto your right side, right elbow, right knee, and flipping over to the second side. Left elbow into the left knee, toes are slightly turned out, right heel down, toes up. We give it a good, nice big stretch into adductors, both sides. And flip yourself over to the left side. Turn your toes out to the side, right hand out so that you can have some good space and hip opening for your left side. Take your left arm up to the sky, shoulder blades together on the back, come forward in the outer hips. Left hand, right foot, press your hand and your foot into each other. Bend your left elbow and your right slightly as well, so we can make sure that it's nice openness into the right shoulder area. Press hand and foot into each other. One more breath and exhale, release. Hand down to the mat and take your left elbow into your left knee. One more skandasana. Open hips, and then we'll come back into feet wide apart. Take your heel of your hands aligned with heel of the feet. Check so your heels are on a nice angle together, like a nice line, and then pull yourself forward. Pull the button all the way in, top of the head towards the mat. Maybe it's lifted, maybe there's more space for hips. Maybe there's more space in our spine. Shoulders away from ears. Energy is going in to center and extending out. And gently extend the arms, hands to hips, elbows to sky, and come to standing and step your feet all the way together. And then we'll come to the front of our mat. Big toes can come together, hands to the side, Tadasana. Pull the ears back, shoulders away from ears, and inhale, arms to sky. And exhale, hinge and fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. And inhale, long spine. Exhale, place the hands, step to plank pose. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. From here, lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. And exhale, take it all the way back down. Push back to child's pose. One breath, just a little nice touch and go. And fluidity to ankles, knees, and hips. Tabletop, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones. We'll stay 3 breaths right here. Inhale and exhale. And come up onto toes. Bend the knees. Look between the hands. Take your step over to hands. Inhale, long spine, feet hip width apart. Exhale, hinge and fold. Take your hands to hips, elbows to sky. Root your feet and come to standing and release the hands. And then from here, we're going to cross our right foot over your left and taking your arms to the sky. And then from there, taking your left wrist over towards your right side. And getting in towards the left outer hip by squeezing the midline, finding balance, and up and over. Let's do second side. Scoop the tailbone, lift the lower belly, stay in your center, and slowly take it back out, hands to side, and switch sides. I like to have my arms out because it helps me with the balance. Maybe that can help you too. So your left foot is stacked over your right, and then we'll take the stretch over towards the right side. Belly button is scooping in and up, tailbone down. One more breath here, and slowly taking it up and over, switching sides. Right foot over, and the arms comes over towards the left side. One more breath here, and slowly bringing it all the way back up, and release the hands to the sides, feet together. Bring in your 2 blocks for standing figure 4. Maybe you have a chair if there's no blocks, so maybe you don't need any sort of support. However, I highly recommend some support. Feet together, take your right ankle over your left knee, hands to hips, and we'll hinge forward, and we hinge forward, and we raise the sacrum and put the hands onto the blocks. And we move a little bit back and forth, side to side. Maybe we flip the blocks halfway. We bend into the left knee. Maybe we flip the blocks all the way down. Some of you might take the blocks fully away and put your hands onto the floor. One more breath here. And then we'll take our blocks back up, press down, flat back, hands to hips, and come to standing, and hug your right knee into the chest and switch sides. Feet together, take your left ankle over your right knee, hands to hips, hinge at your hips, karate chop your left ankle into your right top of the knee, hands to blocks. the tall way. Move about and see if there is an opportunity to take the blocks a little bit further down, maybe halfway, pressing into blocks, straightening the arms, moving into hips, maybe even taking the blocks all the way flat, moving into the rotators, IT band, glutes. One more breath, and then we'll build our blocks back up and use them as a little stepping stool to make our way back up, hands to hips, and then take your left knee into chest and send your leg back down onto the mat. You can take the blocks to the side, and we are going to come to the front of our mat and bring the big toes together and see how it feels to hug everything towards the midline. Hands to heart. Release the hands. Inhale, arms to sky. And exhale, hinge and fold. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, step to plank pose. And bring your knees to the mat. Come all the way down and untuck toes. Inhale to cobra. Pull yourself forward and up. Pull your ears back. And exhale, back down. Push back. One breath, child's pose. And make your way back up to tabletop, to down dog. Taking our feet all the way together, right leg up to the horizon. Come up high on your left toes. Step your foot between the hands for warrior two. Opening the hips, left arm out, right arm out, parallel to the floor, parallel to the horizon. Flip your right palm up and come to reclining warrior. And take your forearm to thigh. Sweep your left arm up and over. And take it all the way back and up again. Bicep to ear. This time around, take your fingers behind your shin ankle. Bring a block in. Take your left arm up and over. Always take a block if we feel like our arms, our hips needs the help. Windmill the top arm down and up, and we'll come to Trikonasana. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs up. And exhale, release. Left hand down and come into a lunge with your back toes lifted, hands straddling the front foot. Bend your front knee, left hand down, sweep your right arm up. Outer hip, adductors, abductors. And exhale, release. Hands straddling the front foot. Step it back, down dog. From down dog, come to your toes, lift your left leg up, horizon, sky. Press the palms, lift, lift, lift. Step your foot between the hands and windmill up and around for warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Arms to side, parallel to the horizon. Shoulder blades together. Flip your left palm up and take your bicep towards your ear. And forearm to thigh, really opening that whole lateral body. And from there, take your arm up and back. One more reclining. And taking your left fingers outside your left shin and ankle. Sweep your right arm up and over, bicep to ear. Extended side angle and windmill the top arm down and up. And come to your Trikonasana. Gaze up towards the sky. And one more breath. And then we'll take our right arm to the floor, straddle the front foot, come up high on your back toes, sink down into a crescent lunge, right hand out to the side, left arm up to the sky. Big, wide open crescent, twisting into side body. Extend your back leg and exhale, hands back down. Step back, downward facing dog. And from here, we'll come over to plank and lower all the way down, binding it together. Inhale to cobra, untuck your toes. Exhale, back down, push back, child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. And slowly make your way back up and come to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And from here, we're going to take our right foot on the left side of the mat and the left foot over onto the right side of the mat. So we have crossed our thighs, not just the knees, but a little bit higher up. And then from there, take the knees down to the mat and take your feet on each side of the mat. And we can certainly take a block in and sit down on, or we can sit down onto our sit bones and come to our Gomukkhasana with knee over knee, and hands can be on the feet, hands can be at the heart, hands can be on your knees, anywhere where it's comfortable. You might even take your peace fingers around your big toes and press your big toes away and lift up with your peace fingers at the same time, and get a nice traction for ankles and knees and hips. And there's a little bit of a fire going on all the way up the IT band. You can stay seated, certainly bring in a block if needed, or you can take your hands forward and fold towards the front, bringing your head towards your knee. And the feet, they're out at an angle to the side. And we stay here, make some good memories for our hips, for IT bands, for our lower backs, knees, and ankles. One more breath. And slowly from there, make your way back up and come to all fours with crossed legs. Tuck the toes under and come back and undo your legs. And come to your down dog, pedal about into your downward facing dog. And then we'll take the left foot high up and crossing over to the right side of the mat, and the left foot steps back. So now we are crisscross, left leg forward and right leg back. And then we'll send the knees down to the mat and the feet at an angle to the back, slightly out and back. And then from there, we'll sit ourselves back down. If it's on a block or if it's on the mat or a blanket, anything that feels comfortable, moving about so it feels good for our seat. And we can, again, hands can be to the side, hands can be to the heart. It could be a good time to put a prayer in, or hands onto the knees, or we can stay here and take our peace fingers over to our big toes and enjoy the different unravelings that is taking place in our hips, in our thighs, quads, IT bands, knees. If we have our big toes, we certainly press the big toes away from the peace fingers, and vice versa. And maybe we'll stay upright, and maybe we'll come and fold our way forward, shoulders away from ears. And we hinge and fold. And we inhale and exhale. And we stay another breath here, making some good memories for our IT band, and for our lower back, for our knees. One more breath. And slowly bringing it all the way back up, and take our legs up into tabletop, hands tabletop, tuck the toes, undo your knees, your legs, and come back to your downward facing dog, moving about in your down dog. Come to plank pose, lower all the way down, knees or all the way down with your chest first, and then inhale to cobra, shoulders back, ears back. Exhale, take it back down, push back, child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. Make your way back up to tabletop and to downward facing dog, so that we can make our way over and come to Malasana. Step your feet on each side of your hands, please. And from here, Toes are slightly tucked out, heels slightly in. And then from there, we make our way down either on a block or levitating away from the floor, and get this much beneficial pose for our spine, for our hip sockets, for the mobility of knees and ankles, and hands, thumbs can come to our third eye, and we can simply stay here and enjoy closing up our practice with the Malasana, and also coming into Pachimottanasana in another breath here. Inhale and exhale. And slowly release the hands and make your way onto your seat, please. And from here, we're going to stretch the legs forward and take our arms up to the sky. Bring the belly button in and hinge and fold forward, hands on each side. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, elbows to the side, top of the head towards the feet. Second toe up towards the sky, spreading the toes, activating feet, lower legs, upper legs, getting a full nice stretch for our spine, hugging the belly button in. One more breath here. And slowly extend, and then we'll take our way all the way onto the mat. Hands by IT bands, make your way down onto the mat, and sacrum is nice and even. Feet mats width apart, arms to the side, windshield wiper, knees side to side. And we inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And then slowly bringing the knees into the chest, making circles onto our sacrum. One way and then the other way around. And then from here, hands under the knees, and we're going to roll our way up and come to a comfortable seat where we either sit on our block or sit on a blanket, or however you would like to sit, so you feel elevated in your lower back. Hands in the palm, over palm, pull the ears back, close your eyes, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Find a nice still seat where we can just kind of take a little bath in our own energy that we just created. Nice, new, fresh place for all parts of our physical body and our energy bodies. We're sitting nice and tall. We'll put the tongue into the roof of the mouth and take our 3 Ujjai breaths to bind everything together from the beginning to the end. Closing our eyes, inhaling for 3 to 5 counts. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And exhaling all the air out. And then we'll come back to normal breath, and we'll just slide into a nice, quiet, peaceful seat. A few moments together to savor the energy that we just created for our whole physical and energetic bodies. And certainly stay here in this place as long as you would like. And then I highly recommend to laying down onto your backs and taking a nice, comfortable Shavasana and letting all layers integrate with each other. And I thank you so much for joining me for today's yoga practice into Gomukkhasana for our hips, knees, and ankles, and certainly the whole spine as well. And in the next practice, we'll take it into a mermaid pose. So join me there and find out what that is. So thank you and have a wonderful day. Namaste.